What if your body is evolving at this very moment? What if we've already become something different from humans 100,000 years ago? Here's the truth. Human evolution has not stopped. In the Holocene, the last 10,000 years, we find abundant traces of strong natural selection linked to changes in diet and infectious disease environments. Adults who can digest lactose, bodies adapted to high altitudes, blood resistant to malaria. These are all examples of adaptations that spread through strong natural selection relatively recently, on timescales of thousands to tens of thousands of years. And here's where a crucial question emerges. If culture can change genes, aren't our choices shaping the future of humanity? Modern medicine, urban living, technology. Where are these leading us? Today, let's explore the evolution of modern humans. Has natural selection ended, or does it continue in new forms? By the time you finish this video, you'll see yourself not as a finished product, but as a work in progress, a snapshot in evolution's ongoing journey. Chapter 1. When Culture Rewrote Our Genes. 10,000 years ago, humanity began farming, and we started domesticating cattle and goats. But here's what was strange. Many adults couldn't drink milk. Stomach pain, diarrhea. Their bodies rejected it. Then, a few thousand years ago, a mutation arose in Europe. The regulatory region of the LCT gene changed, allowing adults to digest lactose. The speed of this change is astonishing. In just a few thousand years, this gene spread to over 90% of the population in parts of Northern Europe. Why did it spread so rapidly? Recent research reveals it wasn't just about nutrition. During famines or epidemics, people without tolerance who drank milk suffered fatal diarrhea. They died from dehydration. But those with lactose tolerance survived and left more descendants. What's fascinating is that lactase persistence spread through different mutations in different regions. In Africa, in Europe, each developed distinct genetic solutions independently. This is called gene-culture co-evolution. A cultural innovation, pastoralism, drove genetic change, lactose tolerance. Think about that for a moment. The lifestyle our ancestors chose rewrote our genes. Culture has the power to redirect evolution. But here's what makes recent research even more remarkable. Genes that once protected us from pathogens now increase the risk of autoimmune diseases like multiple sclerosis in today's sanitized societies. In other words, evolution isn't just about genes. Culture shapes us too. And when the environment changes, past adaptations create new problems. But this is only one example. Let's see what other kinds of evolution are happening. Chapter 2. Adaptations born from extreme environments. Lactose tolerance is one example of culture-changing genes. But the environment changes us too. Consider the people of the Tibetan Plateau. At altitudes above roughly 13,000 feet, about 4,000 meters, they've lived for thousands of years. When lowlanders go to this altitude, they get altitude sickness, headaches, nausea, shortness of breath. The body screams from oxygen deprivation. But Tibetans are different. Their bodies are adapted to low oxygen environments. The secret lies in the EPAS1 gene. This mutation helps Tibetans avoid overproducing red blood cells and hemoglobin, reducing strain on the body even in low oxygen. This is a fundamentally different strategy from lowlanders, who try to compensate by increasing red blood cells. And here's the most astonishing part. This genetic variant was likely inherited through ancient interbreeding with Denisovans and became advantageous after settling at high altitudes. In other words, we inherited survival-enhancing genes through interbreeding with other human species. Hybridization helped us adapt. The same thing happened with malaria. In malaria-endemic regions like Africa, many carry the sickle cell trait. This is an adaptation to protect against the malaria parasite. Carriers, heterozygotes, have reduced risk of severe malaria, so natural selection maintains it in endemic areas. But there's a cost. If you inherit the gene from both parents, you develop sickle cell disease, a serious condition. And here's where a crucial question emerges. If the environment changes our genes, how is the modern environment changing us? Urban life, antibiotics, processed foods. What genetic traces will these leave in future humanity? Evolution never stops. When the environment changes, so do we. But in modern society, natural selection itself is changing. Let's examine how medical technology and urban living are influencing evolution. Chapter 3. How modern society is redirecting evolution. Lactose tolerance, high-altitude adaptation, malaria resistance. These are all results of the environment selecting genes. So what about modern society? Is natural selection still at work? The answer is complex. With modern medicine and social environments, who survives has changed. Natural selection hasn't weakened so much as shifted in how it acts. For instance, with urbanization and changes in educational environments, myopia has surged. There are genetic factors, but the recent increase is primarily explained by lifestyle changes. Reduced outdoor activity, prolonged near work. These trigger myopia in people with genetic predispositions. And antibiotic use is also having an impact. Antibiotics alter the gut microbiome, which research shows can affect immune function and infection risk. Even mate selection influences evolution. Intelligence, appearance, social status. These preferences shape the gene pool. In fact, large-scale genetic analyses confirm that even today, natural selection continues to act, albeit weakly, on genes related to reproduction. And in the future, a new element may emerge. Genome editing technology, CRISPR. These could give us the power to control our own evolution. For now, medical progress focuses mainly on somatic cell gene editing. Germline editing, changes passed to children and grandchildren, is strictly regulated worldwide, with organizations like WHO urging extreme caution. This raises profound questions. If we can edit our own genes, natural selection is no longer natural. Will we become the architects of our own evolution? Consider this for a moment. It took thousands of years to acquire lactose tolerance. But in theory, modifying a single gene could happen in one generation. However, human germline editing is strictly regulated in most countries, and designing complex multi-gene traits remains difficult. Is this evolution, or something else entirely? And here's where the most important question emerges. If we can choose evolution's direction, which way should we go? More intelligent? Healthier? Longer lived? Or should we preserve diversity? Evolution is no longer the product of chance. Our choices will determine the future of humanity. Let's organize what we've uncovered from this exploration. Chapter 4. The World Revealed. Today, we've explored deeply the evolution of modern humans. We are not finished products. We are works in progress. And that evolution continues even now. Let's gather the key insights from today's exploration. First, culture rewrites genes. Lactose tolerance is a genetic change born from the cultural innovation of pastoralism. During famines and epidemics, those without tolerance died from dehydration, while those with it survived. This is called gene-culture coevolution, revealing a uniquely human evolutionary pathway. Second, environmental adaptation is still ongoing. Low oxygen adaptation in the Tibetan highlands, resistance to malaria. These were abilities acquired in just thousands to tens of thousands of years. But here's what's fascinating. Genes that once protected against pathogens now pose risks for autoimmune diseases in the modern world. When the environment changes, past adaptations create new problems. Third, we may become the architects of evolution. Genome editing technology has the potential to dramatically shorten natural selection's timescale. But germline editing is strictly regulated and raises profound ethical questions. Where should we be heading? What these insights reveal is that evolution is not a relic of the past. It's a present, ongoing reality. Our choices are literally shaping the genes of future humanity. When I grasped this fact, I felt a sense of awe. We are living the latest chapter of an evolutionary story, millions of years in the making. And at the same time, we are the first species that can choose the direction of that story. The weight of that responsibility is immeasurable. So I ask you, if we could edit our own genes, what should we prioritize? Intelligence? Health? Longevity? Or is diversity itself the most valuable thing? And if modern lifestyles are influencing the genes of future humanity, what kind of future are we preparing right now? These questions have no easy answers, but continuing to ask them moves us forward. After you finish this video and return to daily life, I want you to be just a little more aware. The food you eat, the environment you live in, the partner you choose, all of these, subtly but surely, are influencing the direction of human evolution. We are all co-authors of evolution, and the story is not over yet. Share your insights in the comments. Your questions are what drive this channel forward. Thank you for joining me on this intellectual journey to the very end. On this channel, we continue exploring ideas that shake our worldview, from human evolution to the nature of the cosmos. If you're an intellectual seeker who questions assumptions and seeks deeper understanding, subscribe and experience the next discovery with me. Hitting the like button encourages me to keep creating videos like this. Until next time.